Welcome back to Wizard Supercoach. Hope everyone had a decent round 14. I actually did, surprisingly. I got to Sunday and thought that I was probably going to be doing pretty badly because of some fraud primos. It seems to be the theme of this year, but somehow it scraped together for a half-decent 2,052, which has sent me up 1,432 ranks to 3,809 overall. That makes my total by rank jump, I think, 400 spots. So it's not what I was after, but I couldn't really have foreseen Crouch and Petrarca and a couple of others getting injured. So it is what it is. It's fine. Probably going to struggle a bit this week, I think. As I said, with those injuries, like it's made my plan kind of fall in a hole, and I had to commit to it. Once I'd started it, that was it. So yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. We'll look at the team. Luke Ryan, 79. So that's his lowest score of the year by a long way. But he's already given us so many good scores, so that's fine. Everyone has him. I wasn't too worried about that. I just worry now that other teams might try and continue to keep him out of the game. There's a couple of ways of looking at it. Like, I guess some people think that what he does is quite cheap and it doesn't really impact the game, but I tend to be on the other end. I think that it does. Like, Fremantle like to chip it around and set up in the back line, so what he does is quite important to what they're trying to do. I just hope that other teams haven't sort of worked it out now and they're all going to put attention into him. It seems like Clark would be the obvious one to tag, but honestly Ryan is the general down there. So one good thing about Ryan though is, you know, there are these junk masters like Zach Fisher on the weekend, so if he's not getting all those crazy junk kicks and stuff, he's not going to score, whereas Ryan, to his credit, he actually has other avenues to scoring. So I think he's obviously, well, that's why he's the number one defender right now, isn't he? Dacos, so 129. He started out pretty slow getting tagged, and he was huge in the second half. Apart from the umpires, he's probably the reason why Collingwood won. Sheasel, he just keeps on getting it done somehow. It doesn't matter where he plays on the ground. Again, I feel sorry for those who traded him out because pretty good logic behind that. But yeah, the guy's quality. He's going to be in everyone's team for at least the next 10 years, I would say. So this week I bought in Clark. So if you watched my video with the trades last week, I ended up going Clark and Neil. And I'll get to Neil and explain that. You're probably thinking, what the hell have you done? But yeah, Clark 85 on his first game in. That's just my luck, so I'm sorry to everyone out there that already owned him. It's probably my fault. Although the Bulldogs did really clamp all the Freo defenders. But yeah, 85, that's not too bad. I'm sure he'll go big. I think he's got, this week? He's got Gold Coast, so he should score okay against them. Houston 174, that's massive. So I was waiting for this. I bought him in right before the St Kilda game, so quite a few weeks back now. And I was thinking that he was going to get this kind of score against them, and it didn't really come. I think he got like 110 or something like that. And it's been pretty, average since, probably 95 to 100 average since. And yeah, it was nice that he finally popped this one out, and it couldn't have come at a better week, really. Makes up for some of these fraud scores in the midfield. I'm sick of it. Midfield is a joke this year. There's not really any players you can rely on. Even Bont's had a couple of down games. Well, down by his standard anyway. Hayden Young, 83. The whole Fremantle team struggled here. I think Jackson was the only one to break the ton. The worrying thing with Young is still that low time on ground. It makes it a hassle watching him every week, but what can you do? I've kind of got to stick by it now. I've only got the 6 trades left. I still need to upgrade two forwards. So really, I'm probably going to have 2 trades left, and then maybe the luxury ones can come later. But ideally with those, I want to hang on to them and, as I've said before, get some floating cover. So yeah, Young will probably stay. The worst thing is that I started him, traded him out, and then bought him back. So probably a lesson for doing shit like that. So the bench is dead. Reed and Dawson. Reed might be back in a month or something, I think. I think I read that. I can't remember. Anyway, we've gotten this far without them. Bont was huge. Just doing what Bont does. Neil got tagged out of it. Kind of expected this, right? So you're probably thinking, why the hell did you trade him in if you expected that to happen? So I knew that Windhager would tag him, and I knew that he'd probably knock out a score like this. But the thing is, I'm holding off like I'm getting the F5 and 6. Now, I think Neil, even though he got the 70 here, I think that he outscores LDU and a couple of the other options for the rest of the year. So I know he's pretty far behind LDU now, but I back him in. I reckon that he can do it. It only takes like 1 week, and he can get back just about even with LDU. So yeah, I think it's more of looking at from here. It's over the course of the rest of the season. It's not just a few weeks or whatever. Neil's been the most consistent, so I'll back him in. You don't win 2 Brownlows by accident. Sarong 96, so probably like a floor game for him. He's pretty consistent, really. Like, he still hovers around that 100 mark even when he has a down game. Pretty happy with that, though. He's definitely one of the more consistent ones. Butters got tagged, so 76. Golden 106, he's been great since I got him last week. What's he? I think he's averaging like 125 odd since I got him. Dawson, I'm not really sure what happened with him. He's just pretty up and down this year. I can't remember if he got tagged or not. I kind of checked out of watching the game after Sydney just got on a roll there. Maybe Jordan tagged him. I'll have a look. So I just checked, and yeah, Jordan did try and tag him, but for some reason Nick's decided to try and play Dawson forward. I don't get this. Dawson started as a halfback. He's really good at intercepting, and he can set up play off the halfback with that lethal kick that he has. I don't know why Nick's is obsessed with putting him forward. It doesn't work. Just go back to basics. I'm not getting on another Nick's rant here. Still 83. Yeah, I'm regretting that one. What can I say? I'm stuck with these guys now, like him and Green, that are just letting me down week after week. Lucky they're pretty popular picks, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I look around though, and there's not too many other midfielders that I would say are really consistent this year. Looks like the tagger is back in fashion, so that hurts. Yeah, Green with the 80, he's in the same boat. He did get tagged though. I don't think Steele did. Sullivan 54, low time on ground. He scores okay, I guess, for the time on ground he does have. Kind of need a little bit more out of him because he's one of my last money makers. But, you know, you get what you get. Now, that is going to be a problem for this week that he's not playing, and I'll explain that later. Hopefully Clark gets a game this week. I really need that if I want to make even 18 on the field, I think. Garcia's dead. English 136. I know some people jumped off and went to Grundy, and yeah, Grundy outscored him, but at this point, I think it's crazy to jump off a guy like English. I think he's still going to score pretty well. I think it was George suggested that he'd be R9. I can't see that happening at all. I think English will still be top 5 comfortably from here. He's still got a 5-round average of 109 and a 3-round of 118, so yeah, I'll stand by that prediction. Heaney was massive in the second half, 141. Zorka, 141. Put the VC on him. Probably should have gone bigger, but he kind of tailed off in the second half, which is fine because, you know, the game was basically won, but would have been nice to, I don't know, bank a 170, 180 plus, something like that. Fisher struggled because North actually attacked, and they played well. It was a good game to watch. But yeah, not much junking it up in the back line. So that's what I mean. There's a difference between a him or a Ryan or something. He's totally reliant on the junk stuff. So it makes him a far riskier pick. But I guess that's why he's a lot cheaper. Joel, as I call him, 68, so that's fine. He's made some money. Again, it'd be nice if he was playing this week along with Sullivan because I'm relying on those two for making money. he's probably got to go now. I think they've both got to go this week if I can somehow do it and find downgrade options. McMuffin was the sub again. So annoying. This time, he wasn't able to replicate what he did in the last quarter last week. Only scored a 3. I think that was in about, 20 minutes odd in the last quarter. Dowling 55. He should keep his spot, I think. I hope Nix doesn't make him sub. Just play the kids now. The season's shot. I really think Dowling's going to be a star. There's something about him that I haven't seen in other Crom rookies in a long time. So, yeah. There's a prediction for you, I guess. In terms of Supercoach, though, I don't think he's going to set the world on fire immediately. Might have to just hold him as cover or whatever now. Yeah, Flanders not playing, that hurts, because if you watch my last video, he's the last man standing, tunned every single week. And from here on out, he's my strategy. If the VC doesn't get up, I'm just going to captain Flanders so I don't end up with another Dacos round 13 situation. So that's the team. So if I get my proper team like on here, I guess it looks like that. So yeah, Joel and this Dowling or Richard slot here has to get upgraded at some point. So Sullivan's going to go. The problem is this week I cannot find any rookies. There's no one that I really want to get in. I could get Kruger, right? But then it means I'd either have to upgrade a midfielder or somehow send Dowling into the midfield, but then I lose my the link between Garcia and Dowling here, which I don't really want to do. I suppose there might be enough cover in the midfield. I don't know. Anyway, it's hard to find rookies. So Carl Warner here, people getting him in. He's in defence. He scored a 78, so that's fine. The only thing is I can't get a defender rookie. This is where it gets really hard. I'm kind of, because of the midfield and defence are finished, I'm kind of like forced into a corner here that I can only really do these midfield forward kind of trades. I want to get Jackson eventually, so I've got that cover for the ruck later on. I just really do not know what to do this week. So Sullivan and Joel are not playing, which sucks because it means they're not going to make any more money. Well, not this week. So I might not, if this was a regular round, I probably wouldn't do anything and just hold it. But because it's the bye round, I'm in a bit of shit here. So how many on field? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 will count Clark. He's been playing. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. McMuffin almost certainly will get omitted, so I'm not going to count him. So I need another 2 players just to get 18. I don't know where the hell that's going to come from. I don't know. If you got any ideas, put it in the comments. I haven't had a really good look through yet anyway. It's only early. Hopefully teams will give us some kind of gift, but I guess I'll work it out then. But the plan is to try and get rid of Sullivan and Joel and get in that F6. So I'm saving a spot for Rankin. I definitely want him. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get him though, because if you've been paying attention the last few minutes, the cash gen has really dried up, and I think everyone pretty much is in the same boat. I'm kind of relying on Richards to come back and do well, and Dowling to start putting money on quick, obviously after the bye now. I just don't see where else it's going to come from unless like a Clark. What's he? Minus 22 break even. If he can somehow get his shit together and put out 2 decent scores in a row, rather than, one every 3 weeks, maybe he'd make enough and he could go too. I kind of like Danaher as F6, if I'm honest. I think Brisbane's going to have a real good run coming home. I don't necessarily mean with their opponents and stuff. I just think they're going to be real strong, and obviously Danaher is a huge part of that. So I'd be going him ahead of Curnow. I know Curno's cheaper, but if anyone watched my that captain's video thing I did last week with the the captain scores. Kerno hasn't put up anything over 125 for the whole year yet. I don't see why that's going to change, because West Coast have kind of gotten their shit together. And we've seen North the last couple of weeks have been a lot more competitive. Probably Richmond is the one that teams are going to still put the bigger scores on, but, you know, who knows? The way this season is, who can bloody tell? So, yeah, I am happy with the team. I've kind of, you know, I think I've come to terms with the fact that I'm probably going to hover around this rank for the rest of the year. There's just too many like inconsistent frauds in the team. I can't get rid of them now. So probably somewhere between 3,000 and 6,000 I think I'll end up. That's just a prediction for now. Hopefully better. I'd need a lot of luck though regarding injuries and stuff. But it should be interesting. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe, all that stuff. Hit like. I don't know, whatever people say. And yeah, I'll make another video maybe on Wednesday or something like that, or maybe when teams come out, and hopefully I've got 2 trades worked out by then.